Hello, my name's Jose Escobedo, also known as Pepe. I was born here in Guatemala, and I've been raised in Toronto, all around Canada as well. Currently, we find ourselves here in Puerto San Jose, right here by the Pacific Ocean. We have a beautiful, beautiful backdrop here of the ocean. And I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Professionally, I've been trained as a cook, and I've worked in the service industry for 15 plus years. I'm very, very passionate about adventure sports, and more specifically about endurance cycling. It's something that I've really come to enjoy over the last couple of years. I'm teaming up with somebody who is just as creative and passionate as myself, and just happens to be my cousin Pablo. And I'm very lucky to introduce him. Here comes. What's going on, man?
Whoa, what's up? Yeah, as my cousin Pepe was saying, my name is Pablo. Full name is Pablo Javier Castillo Huerta, also known as Light of Moon. And I'm an interdisciplinary artist as well as a musician. Light of Moon is my musician stage name. If anyone wants to check me out, please do. Honestly, most of my tunes are inspired by this shit right here. I live and work in Treaty 1 territory, otherwise known as Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Obviously, our roots are right here. So despite me being born in these northern parts of Turtle Island, I always make a point to come back here, and it's always so much fun being down here with you, because this has always been my other home. Regardless of what people say, home is where you make it. I happen to be a Cancer, which means I'm a crab. So shout out to all the little crabs out there that make their home wherever they go. And that's kind of like ties into what we're doing here with Journey to Xibalbá. And yeah, despite the distance that we've always had, you know, there's that strong bond. And so yeah, I'm super stoked, super blessed and grateful that that we can tap in from right here on these ancestral lands. The volcanic sand, the waves rolling in and out. There's nothing better than that.
There's no place I'd rather be right now. Let's get into it, man. Can you tell us a little about what Xibalbá exactly means for us?
Yeah, for sure. So Xibalbá, the word itself, refers to the underworld as described in the Popol Vuh, which is the sacred text of the Quiché Maya, which is, you know, our ancestors, right? They wrote this sacred text thousands and thousands of years ago, and it kept secret for a very long time until some Spanish missionaries came and eventually deciphered it. And we can go forever on these concepts, right? But just to briefly touch on it, it basically means underworld, and the Popol Vuh is loosely translated to El Libro de la Comunidad, or in English, the book of the community, which is really what we're all about, right? Like, we're very community focused, and our business started in 2021. Yeah, that's Xibalbá, the word itself. And helados, for those of you that don't know, it just means ice cream.
Cool, man. Appreciate that. Can you elaborate about how this came to be, this project, and how helados came together with cycling, how this journey came to be?
Yeah, for sure. So like I was saying, in 2021, we started this pop-up ice cream company, basically just with the goal of spreading love and positivity, making ice cream. We make it all by hand. We use the best products available, sometimes even bringing products from down here and providing it to the people up north. So it's a really special project that sort of took off during this difficult time for everybody. Obviously, the pandemic was a tough time, but we did find ourselves with a lot of time on our hands. So one benefit of that is that we were able to really dive into this creative and culinary projects full force, right? We weren't in the same city, so it was like a bit of a challenge in that way. I was in Winnipeg, you're in Toronto, but we found a way to kind of like jumpstart this business from scratch, make merch from scratch that we happen to be wearing right now. If anyone's interested, hit us up on Instagram, send us a DM, and we'll get you some sick merch. All made by hand, as I was saying, just like the ice cream. One of the key sort of business models, or part of the business model, was delivering it on bikes, right? So we both like to cycle. Obviously, we have sort of different interests within cycling, but essentially we both like being on two wheels and riding around. And so we kind of merged that shit with the ice cream, and our main method of delivery is on bike. So we don't use trucks, we don't use carts, or any of those delivery couriers. We do it all ourselves. We get on our bike, get out there with a cooler on our back, and we deliver this to the people, right? So since the inception, ice cream and bikes have been merged, and that's kind of the evolution of that. So I mean, with that, what are we doing here? What is this?
I'll tell you what we're doing, man.
Tell us a little bit, Pep.
I'm happy to say that I want to attempt to cross the continent through a bike route called the Great Northern Bikepacking Route in under 100 days. That's my goal.
Pep, saying 100 days?
100 days, brother.
Oh my God. Y'all, I can't even get a book read in 100 days, much less cycle across the country. So you want to tell us a little bit about how this is feasible, how you plan on doing this, and who is sort of the pioneer of this trail?
Yeah, man. Our mission is to cycle across Canada using this route, like I said, the Great Northern Bikepacking Route, who was created by Kadey. who's an amazing guy who makes great routes all across Canada, makes really cool adventure routes. And if
Shout
you
out
want
Matt Kadey.
yeah, man, big time. If you want to check out Matt Kadey, we'll make sure to put a link down below for you to check that out. But diving into this route, the Great Northern Backpacking Route is a route that spans over 10 provinces, 3 U.S. states. The estimated distance, 13,500 kilometers.
Mad thing.
So we're not playing around, man. We're
That's a lot of KMs.
We're going for the big one here. Like I said, it's one of the longest, most adventurous, continuous bikepacking routes from 0 to 100. It goes from the coast of Vancouver Island all the way to the Atlantic coast of Newfoundland.
That's dope. How fitting that we're sitting here staring at the Pacific Ocean rolling in and out, right?
To start from there to go all the way to Newfoundland is going to be a big challenge, but really excited to get that going, man.
Yeah, dude. I fully believe in you, and that is beyond gnarly, dude. Like, I should clarify, I'm not going to be cycling. I am support role Coach Low, because I'm not as experienced in the long distance cycling and more of a, casual mountain biker. I like hitting the trails. I like doing a little bit of downhill. I like eating shit sometimes because it really wakes you up. More on that later. Stay tuned for a video about how I bailed here. But yeah, Pep's not playing around. I'm going to be a support role. I'm going to be coaching. I'm going to be giving you hydration, meals, etc. And you're just going to be crushing kilometers. So I'm stoked because we've been on a lot of adventures, but I got to say, this is going to be the sickest one.
This is going to be the biggest undertaking for sure I've ever taken in my life. And this is why we started this project, to sort of break new grounds.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
We're trying to crush goals and we're trying to challenge ourselves. Yeah, man, it's wild. This is no joke. It's crossing a whole continent on a bike with minimal support, because really it's just us two.
It's just gonna be us two, man. We're not professionals. We don't have a lot of money. We're gonna crush this, just the two of us.
Exactly. But that being said, if you find us out on the road or you're following us on social media or on YouTube or whatever, please tap in. Like, we want to ride with y'all. And I'm going to be mostly driving, but I do want to ride some sections with you. So
definitely.
I'm going to have my bike with me, and we're going to have some community rides, hopefully. The other thing, too, we want to also raise awareness and hopefully raise some funds for mental health, specifically in youth, especially underprivileged youth, inner city youth that doesn't have access to cycling or to, just adventure sports or these incredible outlets for de-stressing and decompressing. I know for me personally, working out and swimming in the ocean, riding bikes, all that kind of fun stuff, that is how I de-stress. I struggle with anxiety and depression, and has lifted my spirits like nothing else. So we really want to just raise some awareness and keep preaching that cycling is good for your mental health.
It is, man. It really is. And for your body, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That being said, we definitely, like we said, we're planning on documenting this journey and sharing the adventure with everybody. So like Pablo said, make sure to tap in, subscribe, like our videos, share them as well with everybody. It means a lot. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'll catch you in the next episode.
Peace.
Welcome to Journey to Xibalbá.